evening everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. Today morning as we were discussing the news and we were doing the discussion about all the current affairs, a lot of students were worried. In fact, they were discussing with each other, when shall the UPSC notification be out? It is high time. By now the notification should have been there. What if there is a change in the date of examination? When will the prelims exam be held? So all those confusions were going on, and now finally, a much awaited moment is here that yes, the UPSC notification for this year 2026 is out. So that's the good news, at least no more confusions to anyone. Okay, so you have the notification that came out today on 4th February 2026. So here is a list of the comprehensive, points on which how to fill the form. What do you exactly mean by the universal registration number? Now I'm sure many of you must have tried opening up the form, but right now because of possibly a heavy load or too much traffic, the website may not be responding. But then that's happening with everyone. That's a common problem. And today let's just quickly talk about a few important features of the notification. Let's talk about the last date, the date of submission and all that. And then later, let the form open up, let the website be more accessible, and then we can properly show you both on the main channel and on the English channel how to exactly fill the form as well. So that will also be taken care of. But right now, let's see what's the big news. So the big news obviously is that yes, the notification by UPSC is out. And do remember, do not forget that the last date for submission, I repeat, the last date of submission of the online application for this form is 24th February. Okay, so let's not forget, it is 24th February 2026 and you have to submit it by 6 p.m. in the evening. That's a very, very important thing to remember. Okay, so this is the most important thing right now, that last date for submission is 24th February. When? At 6 p.m. until 6 p.m. 2026. Okay. What about the date of the exam? Is there a change in the date of prelims exam? No, there is no change. We all knew that the exam will happen on 24th May. So it is. It will indeed happen on 24th May. That's the prelims exam, which means both GS paper 1 and CSAT exam. So both the exams for prelims will happen on 24th May. Any idea about the mains exam? So broadly, the mains date happens to be around 21st August. Okay, so a good amount of time gap is there between both the exams. Now, having said this, is there anything that's very unique this year? Something that is very different from last year? Yes. People are saying when you talk about the number of vacancies. So last year it was almost about 979, but this year you see total 933 vacancies that have been given by the UPSC. So now let's examine the salient features of this information, and do not worry if you cannot access the form right now. The website is right now not accessible to most people. Let the website be accessible, let it open, and then step by step we will talk about filling up the form. So that's later. Right now, just let's see the bigger picture, what's going on. So as you know, yes, the notification is out today. You understood that the last day of submitting your online form is going to be 24th February 6 p.m. in the evening. Okay, now how will you actually apply for the exam online? So do remember, the only authentic source where do you have to apply will be upsconline.nic.in. I will highlight this point for everyone. It is going to be upsconline.nic.in. This is the official UPSC site. You will have to fill up the form right here itself. Now, how does the process of filling up the form look like? So let's understand. It is practically a 4-step process, not confusing as such, but a 4-step process. And how does it look? See, it's very clear. Once you register in the online application portal, you will have to create for yourself a universal registration number. Now, do understand this universal registration number, you call it URN. This is common for all the exams in UPSC, whether you are taking the CSC, Civil Services exam, whether you are taking up the engineering exam, doesn't matter. The application will be different for each of these, but the basic universal registration number is a one-time allocation. Okay, and that is going to be the same for all these exams. So I repeat, universal registration number shall be generated. You will have to create that. Common for all the exam. Once, I'll highlight this also. Once your universal registration number is created, which is common for all the exams, as I said, you will now fill a separate application that is known as common application number. So then you will have to fill up the application number. Again, very, very important. Now do remember, URN will not change time to time. Application numbers will change depending on which exam you are applying for, but the URN will be a standard number which is same. Okay, so there is no change that's going to happen in the URN itself. Now, once you are done with the URN, that is a constant number, you know it is constant. The notification has clearly said, while the examination application number is variable, it changes from one exam to another. A candidate may choose to write, say, 2-3 exams, but the URN will remain constant. Remember that. So you will have to, as a mandatory process, create that. Which documents will you require? Let's come to that quickly. Okay, now detailed instructions will be available on the home page of UPSC website that we just underlined here. So all the instructions will have to be followed for filling up of all these application forms. Now talking about the documents, which documents are crucial here? Remember, the process will become very smooth if you are able to use your Aadhaar card as your main ID document. So that's very important. Although for those who will say that I don't have the valid Aadhaar number or there is some confusion regarding your Aadhaar, there are other alternatives that may be provided by UPSC. But then if you want the process to be smooth, to be very easy going, then Aadhaar is the simplest way. The notification itself is saying that the first thing that you will do is read the instructions before you jump into filling the form. See why? Also because the problem is that if you do any mistakes, say, in filling up or generating the URN number, that's problematic. Okay, correction window is not very clear this time. That's a problem. And we know since last year, there is one thing very clear, that correction window is not available as such. So if you make mistakes, it's a lengthy process. So that is why a better thing to do would be to be very sure exactly and fill the form step by step very clearly. And those who are worried that what if I end up making mistakes, don't worry. This is just the notification. As I promised you on the main channel, and here we will also show you step by step process of filling the form. Let the website open, let the traffic ease down, and we shall show you that also. Okay? Questions are coming in? Yes, so a detailed structure of documents will be provided here. Okay, Rakesh, you will be told that which documents need to be submitted, but the most important one is going to be Aadhaar. So remember here, Aadhaar you will have to use as you register for this. It will be on the basis of Aadhaar that you will receive authentication. That's very, very important. Now, once you read the rules, once you have generated the URN number, what is next? How will you apply for the exam? Needless to say that, as I said earlier, I'm going to repeat that again. The most important source of authentic information is going to be upsconline.nic.in. Yes, all of us together will separately in one of the sessions go through all the general instructions properly. That's very important. So that is something we shall be doing before we proceed to fill up the form. Now, as I said, registration itself is a 4-step process. Nothing to worry though, but it is a 4-step process. Let me quickly clarify 2-3 points on why is it a 4-step process. See, 4-step process because whosoever is now ready to apply for civil service exam will start first by submitting information, giving valid documentation. As I said, Aadhaar card. What does it include? As some of the students are already talking about it, such as documents that prove your date of birth, education qualification, all these documents plus your Aadhaar card. All these once you are submitting, then you can get universal registration number generated, as I said, which is common for all the exams, and that will remain constant. It will not change. Once URN is done, you will now fill another form that is called Common Application Form, CAF. Very important again. This is again common to all the exams. Once this is successfully done, now comes the time for the last step. Now you will have to fill exam specific form. Okay, so whichever exam you are applying for, that exam specific form comes now. Exam specific module, which will also include details regarding where is the center located, how much fees are you required to pay. But one thing notification has made very clear, if you fail to provide right information. If you fail to provide authentic documents along with the common application form, then it could lead to a cancellation of candidature. Now that's problematic. What if at the second step itself, you generate the URL, but when common application form is being done, the second step, your information is faulty, or you rather fail to furnish the required documents, then application is subject to rejection, and there is not much that we can do. That leads to additional hassle and tension. So that way we have to be very well prepared. Without reading instruction, we are not going to take any further step. The most important thing, I repeat, that commission will also, now UPSC is also ready to provide you a one-time opportunity, but mark my words, one time. Only one-time opportunity is there for candidates to update or modify their URN profile. If you want to make changes in URN, say by mistake some wrong information has gone in regarding address, regarding date of birth or any other detail, in that case repeatedly you can't update. Only one opportunity you will get to modify this information. But now many students last year also had that confusion. Suppose I made a mistake in URN. Now I want to rectify that. Yes, I will get one opportunity to change that information. I will do that. But will it immediately reflect in my exam specific form? No, it will not. That takes time. So nothing to worry. From your side, you can only update and rectify the information in URN number. The necessary changes and alterations in the exam specific form will be created later on. So no panic there. That will be adjusted. That will be taken care of. Okay, that's very important. Now, when we are talking about the common application form, then common application form is a procedure which will also capture your live photograph. Don't forget. So there is one standard requirement that, like every other exam, you have to submit one photograph of yours. That you will do. Any recent valid photograph. But as you fill the common application form, second step, there they will also capture a live photo of you. You might have got your Aadhaar made, you might have gone to passport office. So when they take your biometrics, they also do a live capturing through a camera, right? Something similar. So they will also take a photograph here. Now please be sure, be very cautious that the live captured photo should also match the photo that you have submitted for the exam purpose. There can be no mismatch between the two. So make sure photo that you are sending is a valid recent photo. Do not send too many outdated ones. The match is also very important here, okay? So all the details regarding photo, signature are also available on the official website. Now, yes, either mobile or through the laptop from which you are submitting your form, they will do a live capture. That's mandatory step. So make sure you submit a recent photo. Such rejections have happened in the past. Okay. Also, if Aadhaar also is a problem, some students were asking me, ma'am, Aadhaar photo is very outdated now. So please get it updated if possible. Okay. Make sure the photo is at least resembling your live capture. That's a crucial criteria. Acha, there is one more thing. You will realize that you will have to submit your signature also. Online uploading of signature. That's okay, Ramu. That you can do. Provided it should match. Try to create a match between the two. Now, comes the time of signature. You will have to upload your signature, and how do you do that? Now you will take a blank sheet, say an A4 sheet, and in that sheet 3 times you will have to give your signatures, one below the other. 1, 2, 3. Suppose if I want to sign my name, how will I sign my name? In case I am filling up the form and I want to sign my name, so I will do like that. I will sign my name once, second time, third time. So after a certain space, all 3 signatures will go on the same blank sheet. That is one very important thing. Most important thing, now that you have fulfilled your form, you have submitted the form, you are not allowed to withdraw your application after submitting the same. You submit your form and tomorrow you want to withdraw that. No, that's not possible. You can't withdraw your form. A lot of people are asking, what if I fill the form, but I am not prepared to give the exam? Will that be counted as my attempt? No, that should not be counted as your attempt. But again, you can't withdraw your form once you have filled it up. Then it is very difficult to make a correction, very difficult to make a modification in the application form after you submit it once. It's a lengthy, cumbersome process. None of my students should get into that mess. So read the instructions or wait for us to upload the step-by-step form filling video. There is still time. 24th February is still few days away. Okay, now at the same time, prepare yourself to keep your documents safely with you. Like as I said, photo ID, Aadhaar, very important. Otherwise, say if you say I don't have Aadhaar, I have issues with Aadhaar, then at least any government issued ID, PAN card, driving license, passport, something which is updated, issued by central or state government has to be with you. Very important, because otherwise URN will not be generated. Also, one more thing, the photo ID will be used for all future correspondence with UPSC. You will have to carry this photo ID with you when you are writing the examination. On the day of the examination, the same photo ID has to be carried with you. It has to be taken with you, so you should have it ready, okay, with you. Now, last day, the most important information. When is the last day? When is the last day? The last day for submitting 6 p.m. Right now it is 6:30. Remember, 6 p.m. 24th February 2026 is the last day. When will I get my online e-admit card? Nothing to worry, don't get restless, it will not come immediately. If the exam is on 24th of May, then almost a week before. You can say if 24th May is a Sunday, then the Friday prior to this Sunday, not the immediate prior Friday, 1 week before, on the last working day, Friday perhaps, you should be able to get your online or e-admit card, at least 7 to 8 days before, but not earlier than that. So nothing to panic, okay? You will get it. You can download the admit card from the official website. Make sure you only download it from the official website. All the candidates whose forms are valid, who have been accepted, will be given admit card. It can be downloaded once again from upsconline.nic.in. Are you getting stressed that it's not opening right now? Fine. Right now it's not opening for anybody. It will open soon. Nothing to worry. Okay. What about questions? What about exam itself? Now everybody knows about exam. It's a two-stage exam that you are writing on 24th May. That's only your prelims, GS paper 1, general studies, and CSAT exam, aptitude test. Yes, CSAT is a passing exam, qualifying paper. GS1, your score will be counted in your final ranking. But both carry negative marking. Yes, both carry negative marking. So be very sure of marking your answers in the OMR sheet. As time comes near, we will also at StudyIQ keep you prepared with various do's and don'ts regarding exam, do's and don'ts regarding OMR sheet. So that also we'll teach you, we'll take care of that. But you also be very cautious. It's an objective type question, both GS1 and CSAT. But yes, negative marking is there. So this is once again a declaration by the commission in the form of notice, no change here. Yes, negative marking will happen. Okay. Now, talking about more other important questions. Say somebody has a doubt regarding their candidature. Say somebody has a bigger confusion regarding form filling, regarding documentation, application process. Is there a way to contact the right authorities at the commission? Yes. So UPSC is extending its helpline, its help desk to all its candidates who will write the exam. What is the number of the helpline? It is right here. Let me embolden it for you. It is 011. It is 2404 1001. Okay, so you can keep this handy, and it's open from morning 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. evening. For any such exclusive doubts, yes, they are ready to help you regarding application form, fee payment, and uploading of documents. Now, what about scribe? Can you take somebody who will write the exam for you? Now, this is restricted to people with benchmark disabilities. There are specific criteria, and yes, the UPSC will allow people who are PWD candidates to take scribes with them, and that shall be detailed. That shall be elaborated in the website itself. Okay, and candidates will be informed. Now, few other important rules have to be abided by. Needless to say, you must be aware about that already. You can't carry your mobile phones, pager, any electronic equipment, any pen drive, any smart watch or camera, any Bluetooth device in the examination hall. I think we know that. These are all strictly prohibited, and action can be taken against you, disciplinary action, in case a candidate is found carrying all these banned items inside, and it is not their responsibility also if you lose any of these items. So commission will not be responsible. That's the basic understanding. Now, when the day of the exam comes, which we are all waiting for, more than you, the teachers are waiting for it. We have so much high hopes from our dear students. So on 24th May, as you go to write the exam, obviously it goes without saying you have to reach the center a little early so that there is no confusion last minute. These rules you can read later also. And face authentication will be done. At the examination venue, face authentication will be done. So as term students are asking, what if my Aadhaar photo is outdated? Can you double it up with any other government ID that has a recent photo? Can you get it updated in a less window before 24th February? Think about it. Similarly, if you are wearing a spectacle or if you carry some special facial mark, so all that should be matched here. Face authentication will happen here. This is a mandatory process, by the way. Acha, one more thing. A lot of people are saying, if the last date to submit the online form is 24th, can I take my jolly good time? You can, because that's the last date, but the sooner the better, because seat allocation is also one thing. Now, if you want the center, exam center to be near your residence, then you must make sure you fill the exam form a little on the early side. Say in another few days to come, because naturally it's first come first serve here, and examination centers get filled very easily. So if you do not fill the form on time, or if you wait till the end, maybe you do not get the desired center. That causes additional stress, traveling time and all of that. So be prepared that the sooner it is possible for you, try to gather the documents, read the instructions, keep following the channel. We will provide it to you. Fill it up in time. Timely done is much better than waiting last minute and losing your favorite center, your convenience center. That won't be nice. Now, what about other things like eligibility? So, broadly, students mostly, our students would apply, say, for Indian Administrative Service, Foreign Service, Police Service, and then there is a detailed category of services in the notification: Group A service, Group B service, allied services. Anybody who wants can also go through the notification. It is anyway available. I will also give the PDF on my Telegram channel. At the same time, let's also remember that, once again I'm repeating, exam is on 24th May in accordance with all the rules published by Department of Personnel and Training. And when did the notice come? Today, 4th February 2026. So all these are the services. Vacancies, are they lesser from last time? Yes. Last time we had about 979, and this time we have about 933 vacancies. Let me highlight this point here. We have this time about 933 vacancies, okay? So 933 are the total vacancies. Needless to say, 33 vacancies are reserved for the PWD category, people with benchmark disabilities. Which type of disabilities are eligible? Again, notification gives a proper clarity on that. So those who are willing to avail must have a detailed look here. Plus, there are other categories of reserved seats here. For example, you say there are seats that will be reserved for scheduled caste, ST, OBC, EWS candidates, and all of that shall be determined by the Commission. Okay, so 933 is the total number of aggregate vacancies. Now, at the same time, let's go to more important questions here. Some other important things, and the most important thing, if you ask me, happens to be about the eligibility criteria, age eligibility and citizenship eligibility. Let's quickly talk about them in 2 minutes. Now, be very careful. As I said, although the last day of submission is 24th February, 6 p.m. in the evening, every day I will remind you, don't worry in the class, but it's better to be a little on the early side. First apply, first allot basis. It's written in the notification, I'm not saying. First apply, first allot basis. Your convenience center that you prefer, you will get that only if you fill the form on time. Say if you do unnecessary delay, centers will get filled up and later nobody is going to give any special concession to you. There the Commission will not help you at all. Okay, so make sure you fill the form on time. What is the plan of the exam? We all know that. 24th May is the Prelims exam, the 2-stage negative marking paper, GS1 and CSAT. Then around August, 21st August, we have the mains exam. Mains exam is going to be descriptive, written in nature, which means 4 GS papers, 2 optional papers, paper 1, paper 2, 1 essay paper, 2 compulsory language papers, compulsory language A and compulsory English language paper, paper B. After that, candidates who get the desired score, adequate number of marks, will be called for the personality interview for all the posts that are mentioned above in the list. So you will only be entertained for the post to which you have applied. Okay, last minute changes the commission may not accommodate. So choose your preference accordingly. Be very careful when you fill up the form. Okay, that's very, very crucial. Supporting documents are mandatory for those who are claiming reservation on categories like SC, ST, OBC, economically weaker sections, PWD, ex-servicemen. Yes, they will be given reservations, but they have to have supporting documents. Very, very important. Options will be available, Deepak. Yes, options will be available. They will be available. You have to choose very smartly. Accordingly, only you will get the call for the interview. Now, one more important thing. The commission, the UPSC will give you a window of 10 days, only 10 days after the declaration of the result of prelims exam. And all the candidates who are qualified to write the mains exam will mandatorily, it is compulsory for them to log into the portal upsconline.nic.in to update their details and update their application form so that you can get fresh admit cards for your mains exam. I will highlight this part. Okay, so be very careful. Those who are able to qualify for the prelims, although we also are in touch with all our students and we shall also keep you engaged in case you are qualifying the prelims, which I hope you will. We will also keep telling you what's the next step to take. So we are there for that. But still, just remember at the back of your mind that in case you qualify for the prelims, then 10-day window is available. Immediately go to the main website, submit all your documents that they want. Submit the application form and update all the details that they have asked for. And if you are required to pay the fee, you will have to pay the fee during this window for the mains, because now you have qualified to write the mains. Don't forget that. Okay, now let's come to the eligibility criteria. That is very, very important. Eligibility here is the most important thing. So let's talk about that. What about eligibility conditions? Who can write the exam? So in 2 lines, let us say that those who are Indian citizens, their nationality has to be Indian. They can apply for Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Police Service. For all these 3, you need to be a citizen of India. For all the other services under UPSC, you can be a citizen of India or Nepal or Bhutan or a Tibetan refugee who came to India before 1st January 1962. Any person of Indian origin who has come from these listed countries here, say Pakistan, Burma, Sri Lanka, African countries like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, Malawi, Ethiopia, Vietnam, with the intention of permanently settling in India, can also appear for these exams. But for the other 3 main exams, IAS, IFS, IPS, you need to be an Indian citizen. Very, very important. Yes, absolutely, Ramu. If you are filling the common application form, immediately they will take your live photo. So you have to make sure the photo matches the photo you have submitted. Now a bigger doubt. What is my age eligibility? What is my age eligibility? So broadly, if I was to say, age eligibility is from 21 years to 32 years. 21 years to 32 years. But there are criteria for that also. For example, somebody who is eligible should have achieved the age of 32. You should complete the age of 32 before you are actually ineligible anymore. Now let me make this more clear. Suppose I say that the window of age eligibility for everyone, especially for general candidates, is 21 to 32. But make sure, if that is the age eligibility, then you must be somebody who is born not before 2nd August 1994. So not before 2nd August 1994. You should not have been born before that, and not later than 1st August 2005. That's the window here. Similarly, for the upper eligibility, an individual must not cross the age of 32 before 1st August 2026. That's the broad age eligibility. Yes? Yeah, don't worry. Now it will not open right now. There is excessive traffic on the portal. Give it some time. We will help you with that. Don't worry. So age is clear. 21 to 32, upper and lower respectively. Especially, You must not be more than 32 in 2026, August 1st. Only then you are eligible, okay? Be clear about that. Otherwise, later they will reject the application. And when it comes to the primary eligibility 21, early age eligibility, you should not have been born before 2nd August 94, not later than 1st August 2005. Is it clear? Now, these are to be relaxed in the case of candidates from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe backgrounds. They will get relaxation. Say, for example, a maximum period of 3 years will be given in the case of OBC. In the case of OBC, in the case of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, 5 years relaxation is possible. Okay, but in the case of general candidates, it's 21 to 32. Nothing has changed there. Nothing is going to change here. Okay. Now, if you look at other criteria like say EWS or say PWD, if there is any special provision for them, that will be notified to them. Nothing to worry. Okay. Now, this is a detailed category about various kind of benchmark disabilities. Okay. All right. So, age concession is clear. Date of birth issue is clear. Yes. Okay, one more important thing, candidates must also remember that once the date of birth has been submitted by them, where for creating the universal registration profile and common application form, first 2 steps. The third is the exam specific form. Entered in the, now this will be registered in the records of the commission for the purpose of your candidature. This will not be changed. Let me mark this also. Very clear about this. Once you have submitted your date of birth, at first 2 steps, URN, Universal Registration Number, second common application form which takes your live photo. If you've submitted an age proof, you can't change it later. Don't expect that later you can change it whenever you want to. No, then you cannot change it. So no change once submitted. So hence you have to be super careful in submitting all these things. Now what about eligibility of qualification? Any graduate can apply for any graduate from a university. That is a deemed university under University Grants Commission Section 3 can apply. He is qualified for civil services exam, but a bigger question, some people are asking, what if I am in my 3rd year of graduation? You can also apply. If you are already eligible in the sense that you are writing your mains final year exam this year, result will come by the end of the year, yes, you are eligible. So as a last year graduation student, you are eligible. No doubts there, okay? You are eligible there. Now, age eligibility clear, education eligibility clear, the 3-step process is also clear. First, universal registration number, common application form with live photo, mandatory Aadhaar or any other valid document by state or central government. Last, specific exam specific application form. URN will be changed only once, only one opportunity you will get. But if you make a change, it will not immediately reflect in your application form. Application form will be updated later. The same document which you have used to do URN, you will have to carry on the date of the exam. Okay, so be careful about these things. Now, last but not the least, every candidate who is writing the civil services exam will be permitted about 6 attempts at CSC. So you can write the civil services exam 6 times. Many of my students are getting scared already. Nothing to be scared. Nothing to be scared. No, absolutely not. Okay, in fact, it's good news that notification has come. So maximum 6 attempts can be taken by every candidate, all of you, who are eligible in terms of age, nationality, documentation, education, can take 6 attempts here. But there are relaxations that will be given to SC, ST, OBC and PW category. People with benchmark disability, they will be given some relaxation here. The number of attempts has also been written here very, very carefully. Very, very carefully they have written it here. Okay. All right. So broadly that is the notification all about. Okay. And let us just quickly summarize what have we spoken about so far. That it is a step-by-step process. Now today, the first time, a big milestone we have reached for 2026. Notification is out. Let me quickly encapsulate whatever we discussed. Notification was out today, 4th February. Website is not opening. Portal is right now heavy with traffic. Don't worry. Today, just read the notification. Remember, last date of submitting the online application is 24th February, 6 p.m. in the evening. You have time, but do it quickly. The sooner you do, you will get the center of your choice. Then Be thoroughly aware about your age eligibility, otherwise don't fill the form. Remember, you have 6 attempts, but every attempt is precious because prelims has negative marking. Exam is on 24th May. Prelims. Mains exam starts from 21st August. Yes. With that, also remember, as soon as you start filling the application form, you have a multi-step procedure starting from universal registration number that is common for all exams that you give under UPSC, whether it's engineering, whether it's CSC. URN is a one-time registration number. You can't change it whenever you like. Only one opportunity will be given to change that, so fill the details carefully. Once you get the URN, you proceed to fill common application form. Common application form. While filling the common application form, which is same for all the exams, a live photo will be captured. It should match the photo. You have to submit 3 signatures on a blank sheet, one after the other. Write it neatly and carefully. No mismatch allowed. After that, once signatures are also uploaded, you will now proceed to fill up the exam specific form with all the details. You can choose your preference in terms of service. Which service are you applying for? But if you are applying for IAS, IPS, IFS, you need to be an Indian citizen for that. Okay. Now, candidates who have submitted the form will not be allowed to withdraw their form. No modification, no change will be allowed after the submission is done. So be very careful. With regards to other questions like my relaxation eligibility, whether you are a PWD candidate or whether you are availing any kind of non-creamy layer benefit, you can read all these things in detail. Remember, it's a 3-stage exam. We have just stepped into the first, you can say, area now. The first mark we are settling with the notification being out. The next step will be to fill up the form. Super carefully you have to fill up the form. Wait. Today just collect the documents. Tomorrow also focus on what is lagging. Should you have every document or not? Are you prepared with all the details or not? And then when the website is more accessible, we will also at StudyIQ provide a step-by-step video both in English and in Hindi and also bilingually so that you can easily fill that form with us. That will be done for you. Is that clear? Is that clear? No, then it comes a question of non-creamy layer. For creamy layer, you won't get any as such. Nobody will get any such benefit, Ram. Okay, is that clear? No problem. No problem. So wishing everybody a very, big good luck from my side. All the very best. Today, the first milestone has been achieved with the application form being out. I repeat before I take your leave, 24th February 6 p.m. After that, the link will be disabled. Helpline, everything is available. Right now is the time to just focus on documentation, have a peaceful state of mind, be heavily inspired to write the exam. My students will clear it. I have no doubts about that. Just let's begin the process with a cool mind, understanding the step-by-step procedure. So wishing you all the best. See you 9:30 a.m. tomorrow for the Hindu class. Okay? Thank you. God bless you.